This, I have to say, has been great, and it depends on the circumstances. There are various different setups that you can use for the application of it. I would say, like one set of situation, it's when you're dealing with a building type that's almost like repetitive. You're so used to it as an owner, you know so much of what you need in terms of requirements. A lot of times there's no need for you to sort of start from scratch. So design build will be just a very simple way of saying, what the basic parameters are and deliver the system. The key thing is to be able to sort of deliver it in a timely basis. A lot of times when you do design build, a lot of the things are not the conventional way of doing it, it's really a very linear process. You try to establish what you need, and then from there you try to design it, and then you price it, and then you construct it. It takes quite a bit just to get from one end to the other, whereas when you have a team that's really experienced, a lot of times, a lot of these things can be fast-tracked and overlapped, and design build is one way of achieving that. Design build, a lot of times you would involve parties who are a heck of a lot more knowledgeable in terms of the costing of things. The conventional way, not knocking the consultants and whatnot, tend to be more like, how can I say it? Consultants tend to be a little bit more closer to the theory side of things, whereas design build tends to be a little bit more towards the practical side, especially when you actually have to do the construction things. There are a lot of insights that you actually have when you're delivering it. Yes, I would. I mean, design build, obviously, the different levels of it, you can have design build at the sort of entire project stage, or you can be restricting it to strictly one trade, and in terms of, I have to say it depends on the sophistication of the client. If it's your typical client who's not really, I think nowadays you have a lot of owners representatives who are extremely knowledgeable. So they're part of the team. They can make the critical decisions at the critical stages. Then I would say design build is a good thing for them. Whereas if you have somebody who's sort of not as knowledgeable, I would. When it comes to BC Comfort, I have to sort of look at it in two different ways. One, it's like I said, here we do a lot of industrial buildings. I was going to use the word quite basic in terms of requirements, or it's quite repetitive. So when it comes to that set of circumstances, there's no real need for you to sort of reinvent the situation every time. So design build will be a perfect way of doing it, and I'm sure a lot of us know that in that sector of things, a lot of consultants do indeed use BC Comfort to do for that purpose. The ironic thing too was in one of our more recent projects that we had, we tried to do it, we used to do it both ways. What we did was we actually retained a consultant and get BC Comfort to price it, competitively price it with other trades, and it turns out they are competitive already. So beyond that, then obviously they add value to things. Once we've got the award, the contract was awarded, and they can help us with more inputs on it.